violent Soundwave. I can be on the team. Shooting like we have today will bring about our defeat. We cannot let the Autobots win.
I won't listen to your lies anymore, Trust.
Today, Michael Dobson voices Starscream in the Enterprise. And David Kay, Beast Wars Megatron.
Wow, how are you? Wow. I haven't seen Michael for, it's been a long time.
I've been hiding in the back of his house.
What the hell are you doing here?
Yeah, I thought I was getting away with it. How long was it? It's a bit. How long has it been? I left in 07.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think it's maybe you came down to visit maybe in 08 or 09. That's it.
That's right.
Yeah, that's it.
It's been a long time. We used to see each other all the time when this guy was in Vancouver.
Yeah.
But no, now you know.
I left.
He left. Well, he doesn't even write.
Well, thank both of you so much for being here with us this weekend. As we start this panel up, the general question we like to begin with is how you got into acting, and then from there, how you got involved in Transformers.
David, would you like to go first?
You don't want to go first? All right, I'll go first. Well, you see, I was just a itty-bitty guy at one time of my life. Well, actually, how I got started was I had an elective at school, and I saw this theater arts, and I went, that sounds pretty cool, what's that all about? And it was literally where I found my tribe. It's like I went in there and I met people that thought the same as me and talked the same as me and like had the same interests and everything, and all of a sudden it was just like, wow, this is cool. And we were being creative and we were doing crazy stuff, and we did plays at the school, and then I ended up, funnily, doing all the school announcements. And I was this young kid from the UK. I just gotten to Canada. I was age 16, and I thought I was done school in the UK, came to Canada, and turned out that at my age I still continued to go to school. So anyway, from there I joined a bunch of little theater companies, and theater was my thing for the longest time, and then I took classes, and then I moved out west. And I belonged to a theater company in Victoria called the Crwn-01 Theater Company, and we did The Invisible Man and a bunch of other things. And I actually did dinner theater as well, a place called Edna Brown's Dinner Theater. And my brother Paul, he was going to hate me for telling you this story, but Edna, the person who owned this restaurant when we did the dinner theater, she wrote all the scripts, and she had kind of sort of a different angle on how people were going to be portrayed and how some people died. And I went to go see my brother in this play because I introduced him to Edna and he got cast in this thing there. Anyway, the poor guy, sorry if I offend anybody here, but Paul, in front of a crowded space, had to die of diarrhea on stage. He's moving around going, and his acting partner, the woman that's playing his wife in the play, is going, what is it, darling? What is it? He goes, it's the diarrhea. His big brother and me is up in the balcony on the floor, just dying laughing, just looking down going, oh my God, this is just the best payback ever. And he had to throw himself down on the stage, and he crawled across this proscenium stage. It was like sort of out into the audience. And then they had like these pads on the side of the stage, and that was supposed to be a river. They were these blue pads, and he flailed off the side of the stage, and you hear, and he crawled behind the curtain, and you just hear her say, goodbye, my love. Oh my goodness, yeah, so from there I got film and television started happening in Vancouver, and I did a bunch of stuff that revolved, from Stargate to all these different things. And then I meet Scott McNeil, and yeah, right, and Scotty and I became good friends, and he was doing a play at the time. Anyway, him and I got along like a house on fire, and then one day he just said to me, he goes, have you ever done anything voiceover work? And I was like, what? And anyway, the rest was history. He introduced me. Sue Blue came up from LA to do a workshop. Scott said I should take it. I did take it. And she remembered me when she came back up to audition for G.I. Joe. And I auditioned for that, and I got Sergeant Savage. And then after that, I got Cobra Commander, and the rest is, it just kind of went on from there. But yeah, I've been really fortunate. So yeah, that's how I got started.
That was the first thing we did together was G.I. Joe. Yeah. I was cast as General Hawk.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's it.
It was fun. We had a lot of fun back then. The community was really tight together.
Very much so. I spent some time with Matty Hill and Sam Vincent, Ed and Eddie, in Pittsburgh and Tulsa recently. And it was so time never passed. He just picked up where we left off.
David did a lot of theater when he was in Victoria as well.
Yeah, Vancouver.
Sorry, this one. Yeah, that place.
Deep Cove.
Yeah, the Cove is not on the island.
No,
it's not.
No.
But
I did do school announcements, funny enough. That was the first thing I did, and that's how I got into radio back when I was 17. I was on the air. I was a disc jockey.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was in Vancouver, fast forward. I was doing the morning show, doing all these voices, things like, howdy boys and girls, Cowboy Dick, howdy Cowboy, like songs and stuff. And then my agent, who was on camera, I did X-Files and the Stargate stuff, and all of that stuff. Yeah. And he said, you know how to do voices? I went, yeah, sure. And I didn't know what he was talking about. And G.I. Joe was the big first audition.
Wow.
And it was General.
So it was like the first one for you?
Yeah, a few things. There was this Mickey Rooney cartoon. Sappy Henderson was in it. Leo Misfit Unicorn, remember that? It was Gord Stanfield and animation and a few other things like that. And in 2000s, early 2000s, my agent in New York introduced me to my agent in Los Angeles, and I was on an airplane for probably 10 years nonstop. And I had, from LA, and it was when I was cast in Transformers Animated, and I almost got that. I was up for a role in the Star Wars universe. That, oh my God, how am I going to do this? And so, 2006 they threw me in the blast. That was in the air too much. Then we immigrated down then. Since 2013, and I can finally say, after coming out of the only convention center with my American place, I can now say it, the great American hero. Hey! It's just been what a run, man. You guys all make it so worthwhile because I have to keep telling you the tables. There's no you, there's no us, and it keeps the the stories and things alive, and it's so fun. And to be able to be hanging out with you again it's pretty cool, man. It's really cool. My brother, it's a good time. Might be in
And the kids go way back those kids.
I'm going to go ahead and open this up for questions. You're going to line up on the microphone. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm Mike, otherwise known as TFA1024, the TFA1024. David, I've been wanting to meet and reach out to you for so long, so it's a pleasure to finally see you in person.
You too, man. You too. You could be his brother. You could be
The microphone like the
fifth option.
So my question is, obviously, it's officially now been 23 years since Transformers Armada, the very first introduction of the TFCON trilogy. You have been part of that entire trilogy. What was the most fun you had voicing as Megatron and Starscream in that continuity? So let me tell you.
We used to that was anime at that time, the series. We used to go in and we never saw each other.
No. And it was all analog too.
Right.
So it was a completely different experience than doing ADR now, which is all digital and it's so fast. And they got lip sync software and all kinds of stuff there. Whereas when we were doing it, after you finish doing the take, you're like, it's like we set it up again and you do another take. But what David's meaning is that it's so different for us when we do what's called prelay. At least before COVID and everything, we used to all be in the studio together, and so we we have so many memories of being together and, you know, just having fun and various things happening during reads and somebody just improvising when they shouldn't be and cracking everybody up and stuff. But I think probably, I don't know about you too, but I think the first time that you got to say transform, you know, because you right?
Yeah.
You just, that
is kind of a hype moment.
Yeah, you kind of stop for a second. You're reminded of what property you're working on. You know, this is a big deal, right? Like,
yeah.
We get to say, like, who else in the whole universe gets to say transform rather than these characters, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was pretty amazing. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
The first time that you got to say that.
Transform, yeah.
Yeah, the first time that you say transform.
It's a big responsibility when you say those words, you know?
Yeah, of course. Especially when you're like holding up big names like Megatron and Starscream, which you guys have held up fantastically for that whole duration.
It was weird because I remember catching myself after I said it and then just laughing and looking at everybody through the glass and going, I just can't believe I just got to say that. That's so cool.
I was going to say Wonder Twins in the form of, you know. In the form of,
Thank you for being part of my childhood as well. Transformers Armada has been like the #1 inspiration for my passion, and my late parents also were very big contributors to the passion. So wonderful to meet you, David. Michael.
Thank you.
So I know I've heard a number of y'all complain about like how difficult dubbing can be with the lip flaps and everything, just you have to match to it already. But one thing I haven't seen talked about is with Armada especially, because the dubbing came out so fast. I mean, Armada came out before the Japanese release even. Like, it was just so fast. And some of that dialogue was just absolutely nonsensical. How do you put in a good performance when the words that you're saying just may not even make sense in context?
It's acting, darling, acting. How do I act so well? I pretend to be wizard.
It is. You kind of go, well,
Yeah.
all right, moving on. I mean, because that wasn't really our job to do that.
Sometimes though, didn't you find that on the fly you would make suggestions? Like, I mean,
Oh yeah, it was sometimes they would say, or behind the glass, that doesn't really make sense. You're like, no, we kind of they work it so it did. Yeah, I don't really ask a lot of questions.
No.
Honestly, you know.
No.
I was just like, cartoon, cool. You know, a lot of times. I mean,
I know that's just sort of like not our department. We just had to sell it the best that we could.
Yeah.
Most of the time, and not really question what was there.
like if it was Mark Hamill, this is where regular show or work with Mark and some of the shows where he has a legitimate, because he understands. And he'll say,
Why am I saying this line? What am I doing?
and I go, why is that?
Why? Yeah.
Why? So it would be legitimate if a Mark Hamill would just say that, but for me, I'm like,
Yeah, you gotta remember, we're pretty early in our careers back then too, so we weren't questioning a lot.
We're like,
just
shut up, and we'll fix it.
Yeah. That's a good question though. Yeah, thank you.
Boys,
How about that guy?
Hey, good to see you, man.
I was taking a nap. I'm here for
You guys open a restaurant yet, the two of you?
No, not yet.
Come on.
Front and center.
Yeah,
Where's my brothers?
Just making cars in Ontario, so you know.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Welcome again, Chicago. Good to see you both. I have a question for each of you. Briefly, okay, I want to double check. When you did Beast Wars, was that just a job to you, or did you know you guys did the special at the time?
A little bit of both. I mean, it was early enough in my career. I'm like, oh wow. But I never really paid too much attention to G1. I didn't run with it. I grew up with like Bugs Bunny and things like that.
Okay.
Weird Tex Avery cartoons and stuff. And I do remember, having G.I. Joe a bit and the dolls and a few things, collecting. But it never sort of influenced what I was doing. I really didn't know. And to this day, I prefer to be oblivious. It's got me this far. Yes, it was a job. I was grateful, but then it wasn't until Venus Tourzone I went to a first convention in Rochester and Raxus in New York, and we went, we were in a room like this, and somebody went back and says, "Hey, can you say excellent?" I mean, excellent to the whole place.
Well, that feels pretty powerful.
And I met Raksha with the big snake, and she didn't like us because she was a G1 fan. But I mean, it was that was when I went, oh, so this is okay. That's what I got.
I actually asked that, so that's when you fully realize that what you have is an icon in your hands, and that kind of propels you forward to knowing this is special. Because notice you've been really active to conventions the last few years, and you're really coming out more and more. So
That's nostalgia, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're part of nostalgia now.
I mean, to the point, we all agree, right?
It's the nostalgia,
right?
David Mike.
That's cool. So it's been a few years up like, oh, I actually have this. This is good, and I can bring this to people. Because obviously you enjoy to all of us when you say hi to us all day, right?
Yeah, well, the whole idea, you see you guys, you and your brothers, that makes it all worthwhile. Yeah, all I want to do is just bring a bit of joy to people. I mean, that's all I can do. It's kind of fun.
And you're doing it, man. You're doing it for all of us. It's really good.
Sometimes he shows up with pastries.
And you went to this morning, the bakery in Chicago, La Fournette. Check it out,
And for you, Michael, so I was mentioned to you once around last year with the cast there about Transformers moments we all enjoy. Only half as good because the actors behind them are able to embrace those moments and make them good with their acting. So for you, with Starsky, spoiler alert for anyone who's in Armada, for Starsky's death in Armada, and the line delivery of that episode, that moment, did you do anything to prepare and make a good line delivery, or did you kind of make it a spot, or is there anything behind that? After describing your experience with dubbing, was there anything you kind of brought in for yourself in your personal life ever that helped you execute those lines perfectly? I might have perfectly to that show, where there's bad animation, sometimes quirky lines. That whole 10 minutes of that episode is like, where did that come from? And part of it's because you two, for you, did an awesome line delivery. So where did that come from for you?
I think with all actors, I just think if you do your homework and you do your prep, and you study art, like we all went to school to learn our craft. And you're right, like you need to pull on personal experiences to bring stuff. Like you have to come from that place of truth. Because people always know when they're being lied to.
Right.
So, it's a performance that flatlines is just because the person's saying the words and they're not actually feeling it's not coming from here. And so I think you just, even when we do ADR, you watch the scene, you're looking at what the choreography is, how the animators will put that together, what's happening in the background, what's happening in the foreground, what the central focus is, what the action is, what actually led up to this moment. All those things are kind of playing through your head so that you can give it the gravity that scene needs. But the thing is like with ADR, we all know too, we're limited because sometimes the animation is happening really quickly, and you're wanting to kind of like hold a moment, but you can't because somebody else has already put the tempo to that scene. So it kind of takes away that organic feel to it, if you will. So what our job is to do is to watch that, let it all play out in our head, and then allow what the storytellers originally intended for that scene to play out in our minds at the same time. So that way tempo and those things don't become an issue anymore, where you're actually part of what's going on in front of you. And so, you hope that with all that it comes off the page, as they say, and you're able to stir emotions in people in the audience, and that's the focus, and that's the goal, right? So thank you for saying what you're saying, because it sounds like it touched a bunch of people, so that's pretty cool. I think
that's what I want to say. That's one of the saddest moments of Transformers. It hit all of us hard, right? Everyone was like, where was?
This question's for David. For Transformers Animated, what inspired you to voice Optimus? Did you inspire yourself from Peter Cullen, or did you just say, I'm going to do my own voice?
No, actually, when I auditioned for it, I was still commuting a lot, and I knew Sue Blue. I was working in Los Angeles back and forth, and I knew she was casting it, and I reached out to her directly and said, "Hey, I get my green card, where I can work." She goes, "Oh, honey, oh my God, yeah, that's actually." She sent me I got the sides, and I didn't even read for Optimus. I didn't, because I thought, Megatron rides again, yes, the whole thing. And I'm just thinking in my head, like, yes, get the band back together, or whatever. And, I did read for, I remember reading for a few characters. I read for Lugnut, which is dear to my heart.
Yeah! I am not stupid, he's stupid.
It was like, oh, this guy's lovable, but an idiot. I had fun with that, and then it was several weeks later. I was in Los Angeles, and I was, "Hey, listen, you got a call back." I go, "Oh, awesome, how fantastic!" And I went in. I remember seeing a few people there. I saw Michael Bell was there, and Mike and I were yakking away, and I got called in, and again, no Optimus in the picture. I'm thinking, why would I want to do him? And I was so I did Megatron, and I had Lugnut. I had a couple characters prepared, and I did them, and we all had a laugh, and they're all behind the glass and Sue's, it was good. And I figured, this is going to be great, because I'm feeling pretty good about this. I said, and she said, "Listen, honey, could you grab these sides for Optimus? We're having a little trouble, trying to find." I said, "Go and read them, and we're kind of thinking like a young Tom Hanks." I go, "Oh, okay, sure." They just mentioned like a couple of names, and I went out and I was sitting there and I'm looking at his sides and feeling very uncomfortable. It's like, Optimus Prime. I don't know. So I went in, back in, and we kind of got to a place where I did this sort of younger thing, and they're like, I could see heads, the meerkats going, anyways, I didn't really think too much about it, and it was a few weeks later. I was driving through Chinatown, coming off the 110 and through Chinatown to downtown LA. I remember exactly where it was, up near Temple. Gonna turn right by the Disney Concert Hall, and the phone rings, and it's Natanya. "Hey, DK, so they like you for Transformers." I'm thinking, right, cool. And she said, "They're gonna want to, book you for the role of Optimus and Lugnut." She mentioned a couple of characters. And wait, so. So you mean, was it Megatron, or was she said, "No, they want the Optimus"? I go, "Optimus Prime?" Other Optimus Riz. And she didn't care, she didn't know what I was talking about. And I literally said, "Well, how's that gonna work?" And she said, "What do you mean?" Like that age, I don't know, what are you talking about? Isn't it great? I go, "Yeah, oh, okay, yeah, oh my God, fantastic, this is..." So I'm like, I hang the phone up and I'm like instantly nervous, because I'm like, well, I don't know what to do with this. And I remember... That's a big shoe to fill. Well, you see, because I'm like, well, Peter, how are they going to do that? And so I remember that the first couple of records was a little uncomfortable. I wasn't quite too sure myself, and it was at the third or fourth episode where I kind of started dropping into my voice like this, and Sue says, "Yeah, that's it, honey. That's the one. You just be you." And I go, "Be me." Because I've done these characters over the years. I've been another, I've been something else. It's not me. So it was, as an actor, it was the most uncomfortable I ever felt being myself. So once I got over that, it was an epiphany moment as an actor. Oh my God, I don't have to do anything. I just because it's like, who's with me? Autobots roll out. Just go. This is that's who I am. Anyone? No? Alone? Okay. And so that's Optimus Prime. And when I finally took the mask off, and I went, oh my God, that feels so comfortable. That's pretty good. It's freeing. Yeah. Because a lesson to all of you, I can do this voice and I can imitate that voice. No. Be you. Seriously, and it's the hardest thing you'll ever do is just be yourself. Because we go out every day, we put a mask on. We really want people to know who we are. And I finally you get up to a point like, what, screw it, this is who I am. And so that's how Optimus became comfortable with that character. So. Sir.
How would Clank react to me?
Well, you're in the middle of a line.
I can do that voice. I can do all your voices.
That's funny. All right, sorry.
So you're like the voice of my first ever Optimus Prime when I was like, I think I want to say like 6 years old, 5 years old, and you're like, and it's just been so awesome because it's like I've graduated from college now, and sometimes it's been like really like stressful. I'd watch TFA animated, and I'm just like,
It's like a warm blanket, you know. It's the same. You and I. It's like I see you. The first time I see you in all these years, it's like to me, it's like a warm blanket. Right? It's like, oh man. And then we say together, we realize it's the same thing. It's the same thing when you watch these shows that we've done over the years. It's just it's comforting. It's a comfort thing, you know. And it doesn't change. I remember I was in the studio with Frank Welker in Scooby-Doo. The first time I'm standing there. Well, they all sit, by the way. I'm the only one standing. I can't sit. The Grace, we're all sitting, and then Frank Welker's down there, and I heard this, okay. It's Frank. Sitting. Yeah, they're sitting. He's sitting. How do you sit? But it's the same thing. You feel like it's a warm show because it's my childhood. Frank's been doing it for 50 some odd years. You know, it's like, so thank you.
Yeah. Sorry, I do have a question.
Yes.
Sorry. So your most famous, well, one of your most famous roles is like Megatron from Beast Wars and also TFA Optimus Prime. So, which one was your favorite to voice?
Who's your favorite kid?
Well,
pick your favorite, David.
I love you both equally.
You know, it isn't until after you do things you look back. And with I told you all about the Optimus thing. I find my voice and go, oh my God, okay. But I was always a big fan of Shakespeare. It scared the crap out of me, but I always loved it.
He lived just down the street from you.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
He owned a chip shop.
He did a chip shop. Shakespeare's fish and chip.
He's a lovely bloke. Loved him, yeah. Always said, I could be a writer. We went, oh, no, unfortunately, we make great fish and chips.
My God. I mean,
let's all stay in our own lane, Shakespeare.
That's right.
Have you looked at the play?
I'll show you where right Shakespeare. But Shakespeare Megatron is very Shakespearean. If you all realize that, you know, to be and not to be, that is a question, and it's it's debate. Whether I do this will happen. It's all debate, and so I love that thing about Megatron. So it'll always be my, my first love, Cue the music, please. The writers, Mark Ford, Larry Tillman, those guys. All right. But yes.
Thank you. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you.
Okay, question. Okay, so this one's also for David Cage. Okay. It's okay. I've got a box of Kleenex right here.
Yes.
Thanks, man.
Yes.
I love you guys too. Thanks. Okay. My brother really likes your Christmas greeting video from 2022.
The pressure's on. Somebody else talked to me today about it. I don't know. It was a lark. I was kind of bored. It was quiet Christmas, and at the time, I don't smoke a lot of cigars. Not good for you, but I was having one evening a number of Christmas cigars. I said, let's just sit out back. It's quiet, and I had this Cuban, and I was like, well, Christmas Eve kind of by myself, and I just was goofing around, and that's how it kind of started.
Okay, that's really committed to it, though. You just didn't.
I didn't know, and so now I got some people who will submit things and send things in. So if you please submit any ideas, because we usually, work on something.
Okay, he has 2 cats at home.
That is all. All right, that's it. That's all I need.
So,
yeah.
so this question is for the both of you, actually.
Oh!
So, were there any, I guess, deleted either scenes
scenes or lines from Armada or for David Beast Wars that you wish were left into the show? Or that you really wanted to be?
No, but there are certainly some from X-Men Evolution.
Yes, it's locked away in a Marvel kitchen somewhere. Installed.
Jam, wheel jam. There was a lot of that. And if that ever saw the light of day.
Thank you.
Yeah, Ocean Studios, they have probably
They
years
probably have
worth of
it.
outtakes.
They probably still have it. Yeah. Where's Logan? Damn it, Logan.
Well, we had Crwn-01, the director.
Yeah.
We just loved him to pieces, and of course, he lets us just go off book anytime that we choose, and he keeps rolling because he knows what's.
Because he's a little smile smirking.
Maybe he just kept it to use his future blackmail material. Maybe that's it. Yeah. Maybe. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Okay, I guess we're working for Ocean for free for the next little while. Yes, sorry.
Hi, I don't want to take up too much time considering everyone behind me, but I do have a few questions. First one for the both of you.
Yeah.
What would happen if, in the episode of Possession from Beast Wars, what if instead of G1 Starscream Spark, what if Waspinator got possessed by Transformer Armada Starscream? What would happen? Because G1 Starscream is known to be an infamous traitor and kind of a coward, but Armada was like the exact opposite, and was willing to square off against Unicron. What would happen then, especially dealing with Beast Wars Megatron and the Maximus?
I don't know, that's a good one.
It includes both of you. I wanted to make sure to get this one out.
You don't want to sit before me, do you?
Go nuts.
Go nuts.
I mean, yeah, what do you do? That's pretty cool.
It's a cool idea.
Interchange those series.
Yeah.
There's tons of ideas.
Yeah.
Somebody should do something.
Maybe we should pitch that to Hasbro.
I don't suppose you know what.
Don't tell us anymore. What's that?
Yeah, but not a good idea.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome, Ed.
Hello.
Cool question.
Hi, it's nice to meet you guys again.
Nice to meet you too.
But I just wanted to say thank you, David K., for encouraging me all those years ago, because I'm finally tabling now, after what you told me in college.
Excellent. All it takes is someone to say yes, or you're allowed, you know. That's the coolest thing.
Yeah, and my question is for Dobson, actually. I wanted to ask, what got you back into thinking about Starscream again? Because before your Instagram account was Napa, and now you've been returning to conventions. Like, people were surprised that you were announced for Chicago.
I was too. I was surprised and so excited. I almost like spiraled. My wife can tell you that I almost like corkscrewed through the ceiling with the invitation. I can't believe I'm going to Chicago! The invitation came in, we're going to Chicago. I was so excited about being here, and I got to tell you guys, it's gone beyond my expectations. You guys are just phenomenal, just amazing. This is such an incredible con, and you guys are what make it. It's your energy, it's the passion that you bring to this franchise that makes this so exciting. And everybody's just been so amazing and delightful and like beautiful people. Like, thank you guys. Thanks for this, because like this did not disappoint at all. This is amazing. I'm like literally feeding off your energy. Because I was spent last night, I figured, oh no, how am I going to pull off tomorrow? and I come down, I'm just getting so jazzed just being around you guys. Like, yeah, I probably won't sleep for about 4 weeks after I get back. Yeah, this is great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and enjoy the Energon embroidery.
Thank you, Sophia.
You're very welcome.
You're awesome.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey,
Hey, doing great. It was great meeting you last year, getting to talk about Mike, and you wanted to reunite with him.
Yeah, pretty neat, huh?
And we talked about Corey Burton and Derek J. White as well.
Oh, yeah, cool.
And, my first question is for David, for like Armada Megatron, who's not as talked about as Beast Wars Megatron or animated Optimus, because Armada Megatron was like a different character. And he was like a more serious Megatron. He was a general. He was a father figure to his Decepticons, and let's just say you two have had like an abusive father-son relationship. I mean, but I guess my question is for like, when after Starscream's death, like you in the show said this was, I'm tired of you. No. You know how angry I get, Russ. But if in the Japanese, they said, on behalf of Starscream and my anger, you're going to pay. And before he fights Optimus, when Alexis asks, why did Starscream die for when Galvatron fought Optimus? He said, because he was weak. But in Japan, he said, understand that while Autobots and Decepticons may be a piece, what me and Optimus have is personal. And when he sacrificed himself to make sure Unicron would be no more. So my question is, for David, what do you think of what are your thoughts on like Armada Megatron now that you're like hearing all about this and his relationship with Starscream and the relationship with Optimus that he had, because when Optimus died, he was just like sad, he didn't know what to do. And he was like bored of killing Autobots until he came out. He was happy. But did you think he thought of like Starscream's sacrifice when he sacrificed himself to destroy Unicron?
I like to think too. I'm not sure what what you were thinking, but I like to think that there's always relationships between characters, and he was a bit of a different character. We tried to play him closer to the Japanese, and we only had so much, lip flaps. But yeah, I may have thought of him as more of a threat or an equal than other ones. I always in the Beast Wars, it was always like I'm the smartest one. I have to put up with these animals, and a bit of a different attitude in that series, I think.
Yeah, he was a great underrated Megatron.
Yeah.
And for Mike, it's great to see you in Chicago because
thank you, my friend. I appreciate it.
There was 2 emails about you, David, and other Unicron Trilogy actors coming here. And one of my friends actually asked you at TFCON Toronto if you were interested in coming here. So I'm kind of why you're here.
That's cool.
My question, and it's really great to see you two reunite. My question for Mike is, how does it feel to see the impact Armada Starscream has made with his character arc, his relationships with Megatron, Optimus, Alexis, as you confirmed, we all love that friendship, don't we? And because you and Tabitha St. Germain had great chemistry together.
I think we all love Tabitha. She's just an amazing talent. Yeah. She's incredible.
We love Vancouver town in general.
And she's thank you. That's very kind of you to say that. But just talking about Tabitha for a second, she is one of the few people that can go into the studio where her ad-libs, like she just throws stuff at the mic.
Yeah.
And everybody just kind of is gobsmacked and just like, wow, where did that come from? She's incredible. She's so funny and she's so quick and so witty. And she brings us cookies for every session. She's such a beautiful person, yeah. Tabitha, she's dear to our hearts. We love her a lot. Yeah, she's a cool person.
I mean, everyone loves her to the point she's rarity, right? And you're both biceps. Yeah.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you for being our Armada and Starscream.
Yeah. Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Thanks. Make me such a lot, friend.
David, we've been talking a lot about.
The rest of the weekend.
Wait, user?
No way! Dude! Yeah, you texted me and it's like, oh, you're on the...
Dave Padani, whatever his name was. I don't know. He did.
Oh, look at this. Like, look at all this. Got the Devastator box set in the back. What else they got over here? Got a lot of Prime, Hot Shot. He said, "Everyone, look over there."
Stand still, goddammit.
Okay, here.
2, 1.
Seekers!
I'm so sorry I just accidentally hit you.